Hello YouTube, my name is Paul, I hope you're all keeping well. I'm back today then with a collection video. It's the first collection video I've done for about 3 months, so I thought I'd get my skates on and do one, so to speak. So yeah, I've decided to do the Mega CD, console I never had any affiliation with back in the day whatsoever. I had no desire to buy one because I already sold my Mega Drive by the point of its release in 1993 and owned an Amiga. So as a collector I decided to go for a Mega CD collection, a full set. I don't have many full set collections, but the ones I do have are for machines like this, which are quite obscure. So yeah, it's not as easy to collect the 98 games as you might think. I got to about 85 and got stuck for quite a long time before I'd actually decided to go and buy a full collection of somebody else's to pick the games out that I needed. But obviously when you buy a full set like that, it's a pain in the arse thing. You've got to sit there and flipping list them all and package them all off, which I absolutely can't stand doing. But to complete my full set, I had to do that. But like I said, there's only 98 games in the collection in the PAL set anyway, according to Retro Collect. One of those games is Soul Feast, which apparently has got a standalone copy, which I've never ever seen before, but I've got it as part of a double pack, so for me that counts. But yeah, it's quite a difficult collection to go for, but I quite enjoyed getting it, to be honest. A lot of the games are obviously full motion video, or a lot of the games have been on the Mega Drive ported across to the Mega CD. So there's not a lot of games in there that I actually quite enjoy. I only ever played Final Fight back in the day and Sonic CD. That was about it. But there's plenty of games to be getting stuck into. Plenty of games to be doing spotlight videos on. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you for the next part. Okay then, there is my Mega CD Mark 1, which I picked up about 17 years ago via a boot fair. I got the Mega CD, I got a Mega Drive and a number of games back then. Cost me £50. The only thing I have left from that bundle is this Mega CD. Box is in fair condition, as you can see, quite torn. But these machines at the moment seem to be going up in value every flipping day. So getting hold of one of these for 50 quid, well, I'm quite chuffed with that. Comes with the 2 packing titles there, which is the Soul Feast and Cobra Command double pack. Apparently there is a Soul Feast standalone, but I've never seen it before, and that's according to Retro Collect. And obviously the classic arcade collection with Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Columns, Super Monaco Grand Prix. I'm not sure there's another one on there or not, but to be honest with you, there's some of the best Mega Drive games right there. Let's have a look at the system then. Quite a nice little system, quite nice and compact. Obviously the Mark 1 Mega Drive fits nicely on top. The base unit I quite like, to be honest. There's not much there to look at, to be honest. There's a locking mechanism. It's obviously a front loading device. And I always find this bit quite funny because I always thought it was touchscreen. Clearly it's not. Nice touch though, looks really good. It comes with its own CPU, which is a 68,000 Motorola. Runs at a faster processing speed than the Mega Drive, believe it or not. But yeah, a nice piece of kit. Really pleased to have it in the collection. I've had the Mega Drive or Mega CD too, which again in itself is really nice. But I much prefer this one. Not much else to talk to you about really. As you can see, the Mega Drive locks into place. Mega Drive does have a sort of a metal bit that bolts onto the bottom via a screw, which is advisable to leave it on there. You can obviously put it onto the Mega CD unit without having it on there, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's about it really, not much to talk to you about. Got a bit of Final Fight on there at the minute, which is probably my favourite game on the system. But we'll talk about that in the game section. See you in a bit.
Unpleasant odours.
You have just been invaded by SEGA TV!
Tonight, we bring you
Wildlife! Romance!
This is Megan, start of a new SEGA game. Megan, what's it like to be a Mega CD star?
Real tough. You try dying 2,000 times a day.
Hey you, yeah you, Billy from Romford. You don't zap her on my show.
The weather.
Weather is whether you could do this move.
Commercial break.
SEGA Mega Drive. Got one? Now you can get Mega CD. Click, take a trip. Whoa! It comes with 7 games and even plays your music 3D.
Okay, Megan, let's get interactive. Now that's what I call Mega CD.
Right, so over to the Mega CD games. I had to open the curtains here because there's just so much glare coming off of those case protectors. It's unbloody believable. So I've opened the curtains, which is something I don't usually do in the games room. So yeah, these are, I think most of these games go from A, I think maybe to L or something like that. It's no particular order, just taking them off the shelves and chucked them on the side cabinet here, and I'll just run through them. Right, the first one, I think is the only game I've got where I've got a UK edition long box. The other long boxes I've got are all European editions. And I think the blue spine part there denotes it being a UK release. It's Chuck Rock, a game I've played on the Amiga and obviously on the Mega Drive. Next up was a bargain when I got it. I think someone listed it on eBay for about £7. It's June and it's still sealed, which is unbelievable. So yeah, I think he had about 5 or 6 copies of it, and every time he sold one he upped the price. I think he ended up selling the last one for about £20. So still a steal at £7, or even at £20 nowadays. The thing about these Mega CD games at the moment are the prices are going flipping mad. Dungeon Master 2. Obviously a sequel to the classic Dungeon Master. A lot of these titles I've never played before. I've either played a variant of them on the Amiga or the Mega Drive, but never on the Mega CD. Never played this one, which is Dungeon Explorer. I was never really into full motion video games, to be honest, but one game that really suited the CD based systems was Dragon's Lair. I remember playing this on the Amiga, and you had to flipping swap discs all the flipping time, didn't you? Dracula Unleashed, another sealed copy, part of that mega bundle I got. There's about 13 games left I had to collect by the time I bought that bundle, but he had loads of sealed games, so I kept them, as you would expect. He had lots of variants as well, which I got rid of. Lots of like German, Spanish and French variants. That's Double Switch, one of those full motion video games. I'll be careful where I put these before they fall off my lap. Corpse Killer, which also came out on the enhanced 32X CD, that's right, yeah. Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck, get another Amiga classic. Eternal Champions, ESPN Baseball Tonight, right, Echo. So Echo the Dolphin. That one's still sealed. A game I couldn't stand back on the Mega Drive, to be honest. Never could get into it. Echo the Tides of Time. Took me a while to get this one. Again, part of that Mega bundle. But it used to fluctuate in price quite wildly. It used to go for between £100 – £200 about 3 or 4 years ago. It's kind of settled down a bit now though. Classic Mega Drive game, Earthworm Jim Special Edition. Now these kind of mid-range games are the ones at the moment which seems to be fluctuating quite wildly in price. And Eye of the Beholder. I'll just plonk these back a minute before they all fall off my lap. Right, this one is an aftermarket game, part of a duo that came out, well, quite some time after actually. Bug Blasters. Lovely looking bugs there. If you're a bit of a purist, you probably wouldn't want to collect those, but... Our next one is Brutal Paws of Fury. Now the German variant is just called Paws of Fury. I think there's about 2 or 3 different cover variants as well. But like I said, if you're a variant collector, there's quite a bit to go for on the Mega CD. Another game that was called something different in Germany is Bloodshot. A game I remember playing on the Mega Drive. That one's still sealed. Black Hole. Oh, packaging's coming off a bit there. Need to get myself some case protectors. Bill Walsh, College Football. Never played it. Game I have played, and it's flipping hard no matter what system you play it on, is Beast 2. Good conversion on a Mega CD. BC Racers. Not really my cup of tea. Battle Corps. Batman Returns. Again, one of those Sega Mega Drive swap outs. A game I'm never ever likely to ever load up. That's The Animals. Another game I had on the Mega Drive back in the day is The Amazing Spider-Man. Arcade Classic, Afterburner 3. Probably the one to get on the Mega CD, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. This one has got its spine card. I managed to sell the one I got from the big bundle and buy this one instead. Nothing's really particularly overly difficult to get on the Mega CD. Most of the top end games have kind of not only, I don't think they've got much more expensive than they were 4 or 5 years ago. Like I said earlier, it's mostly the games that are mid-range. That's that German variant there, Battle Frenzy, which is the variant of Bloodshot. I kept it because it's sealed. Let's just put these back out of the way. Got one box to show you before I crack on with the next stack. That's Lethal Enforcers. I do have the Justifier gun as well. But yeah, you can get this on the Mega Drive and you can get this on the Mega CD, so you can get both variants. Right, next up is Lethal Enforcers 2, Gunfighter. Another light gun game. Lords of Thunder, that one's still sealed. Bit of a strange one, this one. Lawnmower Man, obviously based off a film from a Stephen King book. But they were supplied with NTSC CDs inside there, so when you put it into your actual Mega CD unit, it never loaded. Right, Crisscross. One of those make your videos. Does it make your videos or make my video or whatever it's called? Again, probably the European variant. I'm pretty sure the UK variant has actually got the blue strip, which I don't have. I would like to swap those out with the UK variants. Make my video in excess. Again, something I'm never ever going to probably touch. Formula 1 World Championship Beyond the Limit. Nice crack down the back there. Flink, which I did keep on the Mega Drive as well. I didn't sell that one on. A bit like the Batman and Robin, I kept the Mega Drive and the Mega CD variants. So quite desirable on both. FIFA International Soccer. Fatal Fury Special. I did buy this originally before I got that big bundle, but I had no manual. Same as Samurai Showdown, but I got the replacement manuals when I got the big bundle. This one was quite difficult to get hold of, which was again called Fahrenheit. There are many different regional variants of this as well. I'm sure it's just with the manuals in a different language, that's all. My favourite game on the system, Final Fight. A very, very good arcade, whoopsie daisy, arcade conversion. Kept the disc in the Mega CD downstairs. I might give it a game later on. Kids on Site, another dreadful full motion video game. The worst thing about the FMV games, they actually look terrible today. They weren't that great back in the day, but they look dreadful now. Kyo Flying Squadron, another desirable title. Broken past £100 barrier nowadays. Jurassic Park, which is a different game compared to the Amiga one, which I had back in the day. That one's still sealed. Getting towards the end now. Another classic Amiga title, Jaguar XJ220. It's quite funny, I was watching the Grand Tour the other day and they had this on the Grand Tour, the actual car. God, it looks dated. It's amazing to think it's 25 years old. Right, 2 long box games then, long boxed games I should say. Hook. And the final one is Ground Zero Texas. So that's it for the first part of my Mega CD collection. I'll see you again for the second part, hopefully get it out in the next week or so. So thank you for sitting through that, and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.